You get it's on the game.
And
He
on
talking
that
to the
note,
red
welcome
dead
to another
fans.
episode of The Cousins. What's up,
Ooh, my
guys?
light changes color. I feel like I'm in a disco.
It's a
What? How the
party.
hell you change color? I don't change color.
No, I got a ring light. I forgot I had bought it. It's actually a mirror, and it had a ring with it. And I think it's for
What's
people
that for?
who.
OnlyFans?
Shut up, bitch. You know what though? I don't know.
Already.
I think it's for people who do makeup tutorials because it came.
Yeah,
with
you can
like
put your you put your phone in that. It's for like streamers and stuff.
Yeah,
Or,
I'm not a
or
streamer.
OnlyFans?
I'm not a.
What do you say?
Maybe you need to get one.
Or OnlyFans. Listen,
Yeah,
we're not on that
no,
demon
I'm
time
saying,
tonight.
Siobhan ain't gonna allow you. She gonna take your laptop. You better shut up.
We got everybody here. Everybody trickling in when they get in. You know, that's how we do things around here on The Cousins. We get here when we get here. You know, we say 5 o'clock. Sometimes they show up 5:05,
6:15.
5:10, 5:20.
Your sister showed up at 6:40.
Right.
Michelle showed up at the end.
She was doing this in out, in out, in out.
So
Mom, what you cooking?
right here with me, I got Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Hey,
We got the midget because he don't want nobody to use his government name.
Well, hey, I got ones out here, big baby.
boy, shut up. Is there gonna be some curry shrimp left when I come over there?
I just want to know
yeah.
whether you doing Indian or Jamaican.
Indian.
Indian.
Yes.
We got Mona. On speaking of Indian, we got Mona over here. I got Indian in my blood, Mona.
First of all,
Indian
don't
in
let
my
that
blood,
nappy head
Lola.
fool you. That's straight nigga in her.
She definitely concentrated because she ain't say nothing back yet.
She ain't told you to shut up or nothing.
Give her a second. She trying to measure her stuff out.
He's just mad because I don't have BDBs like him.
See? That's if he had hair.
If he had hair.
Yeah, if. Because he stayed messing with them kids and they said, that's why you look like the back of Beethoven's butt. I'm like,
Because he was
That
young.
is hilarious. Okay. They calling you a scab. I'm sorry, midget. They calling you a scab. A never healing scab.
exactly.
Not a
Listen,
never
ain't nobody
healing
worried about
scab.
Frederick Douglass and Al Sharpton over there.
Who is Al Sharpton?
You talking about me. Nobody
I'm
think
gonna
about
let
his
y'all
bald
choose
head.
who is who.
That is not nice.
And then down at the bottom, we got the other fan. We got Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
We got look at little baby
Dimitri.
DJ. Hi, baby DJ.
He don't look like he going to sleep at all. Them eyes are
Good.
wide.
Because he been asleep all day. So he need to be up.
He had to be ready for the podcast.
Yeah.
And then in the background, we got Aunt Deborah. Hi, Aunt Deborah.
Deborah.
Does that feel weird for you to
say
call
hi
her
to your cousin?
Aunt Deborah?
It does feel weird
Hey,
for me to call her
baby.
Aunt Deborah.
Look,
You
can
heard
y'all
Jerry
tell
say hi.
Can y'all do y'all notice anything different with my house?
It's
It's
quiet.
quiet.
It's
Where the
quiet.
kids at?
Where everybody at?
Did you murder them?
No, they out. Kai took them. Gabriel, I sent them to go pick up Gabe's hard drive for his birthday so he can stop using my shit. And then Gabe is trying to convince him to go get his shoes. And then they going to GameStop, Target, and Dick's Sporting Goods because Kai needs something for welding.
Or are they going to
Peyton,
Richards?
Peyton just wanted to get out the house. She gonna pluck their nerve.
Oh, she got to have everything.
Listen, that's what she's supposed to do. That's the baby sister. That's her job.
Right.
Jackie, we
Hey,
go ahead and
y'all
talk
know-
about
y'all
your
know what
sideways.
y'all can do.
You were sideways,
I know what we
Jacqueline.
can do.
Who you talking about? Me and mommy?
Yes.
Yes, so you can get both of us in here and us not be on two different phones in the same room.
Okay, I got
But
you.
can y'all want to get him a bouncer? Not no little bounce, like a bouncer.
Oh, he like to
You talking
bounce.
about the one that goes on the door?
I don't trust this house.
He must take after his uncle. He throwing up.
And
JR, I
He's
don't know
smaller
what
than
that
that.
was that you just said, but I'm gonna tell you to go to hell just in case.
Oh, you heard me.
I think I heard you, but we're not even gonna play. We're not even playing them games.
okay.
All right, y'all. So we got a packed show today.
Ooh. In the group chat too? Good grief.
That's how I roll.
Y'all, the group chat is so our group chat be doing the most.
Listen. Good grief, little boy. Hello?
Oh, y'all didn't get the message about what we was talking about today, so y'all don't have a clue.
What message?
I posted the
should've
message
sent it.
yesterday saying what we was gonna talk about today,
Oh,
but it didn't come. It didn't go through apparently.
I was about to say, so you want us to study for this?
Nope.
I'm about to say.
So obviously, based on the title of today's episode, we are gonna get into the Janet Jackson documentary. But
Of
before
course,
we,
I have a question, but before we get into that,
okay,
did y'all see that they did not put on the news for real about the bomb threats on the Black History? I mean, on the HBCUs.
I didn't even hear nothing
saw
about
it
this. What are you
scroll.
talking about?
I saw it
Yes.
scroll past on the news, and
So
then it was gone.
yesterday, 5 HBCUs got bomb threats. Today, there was 6.
What?
So that's a total of 11 in 2 days, and they have not really put that on the news.
Yeah,
it's
I didn't
been
hear
like-
nothing about that.
It's my first time hearing about it.
See?
Yeah, it came across my news feed yesterday, and then we kept checking the news and nothing came up. This morning, Good Morning America was talking about how there were 11 schools, 5 from yesterday and 6 from today.
But that's all that's been said. Nothing else.
Y'all, here we go. It's finna be some
That's how
mess.
they do it.
Did you hear
It is
about?
Black
Did y'all
History
hear
Month,
about
you
what
know.
happened in Orlando over the weekend?
No.
What?
So there was some neo-Nazi groups out in Orlando, like doing demonstrations in the streets and like putting their signs and stuff up over the overpasses on I-4. Like it was a whole bunch of people that was like they was fighting folk, and because people were like coming up to them and being like, "Yo, don't do this here." It was bad. Apparently, it got really bad. So the Nazis is coming out, and then y'all's president gonna tell them people if he get reelected, he gonna pardon all the January 6th.
Didn't you vote for him?
Who vote for him?
You.
Nigga, you better shut up.
No, James.
Oh,
no.
you voted for Trump?
That's what he talking about.
Oh, you talking about Trump? Oh, well, that's my man.
Jaya.
Oh my gosh.
I wish you stopped telling people that lie.
You had a real gangster in office when he was in there.
I wish you stopped telling that lie.
Now we had a real gangster in office, though.
An idiot in office.
He was a little gangster about some stuff.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie,
not
he
that
was gangster. Like, if we go, he was. I said what I said, So I can't even be. That part you're right about. And what he said was some bullshit, but he was. I said what I said.
That's funny. He didn't give 2 fucks about
He didn't care.
nothing.
What was y'all
I'm
gonna do?
doing it. That's what he's like. I'm gonna do it.
What was y'all
In
gonna
his
do?
mind, it's better to ask for what?
It's better to ask for
forgiveness
forgiveness than permission.
Yeah, that's his motto. He was living by that motto.
But
And
yeah,
what was
so
you saying about Janet Jackson?
I said we're gonna get into that, but I got a couple of questions. I got a couple of questions from the Saints.
Oh goodness. Here we go. You see mommy face?
You said you got a what?
A couple of questions from the Saints.
The Saints and Sinners? Let me stop.
It's a lot of sinners in here.
I'm looking at one. He looks just like me.
Okay, so here's one, and I got a question on you for y'all about this one. It says it was a tweet. It says I texted my dad's wife, and he sent me this. Remember to refer to Tanya as Miss Tanya, okay? Thank you.
What's wrong with that?
Meaning, she needs to refer to her dad's wife or his dad's wife as Miss Tanya.
Yeah.
Oh, not just Tanya.
That's
Yeah.
the respect thing.
We ain't the same fucking age.
Listen, okay, so it depends. Like, to me, it depends. If something happened between my mom and my daddy, and I ended up with a new dude,
that's Mr. Whoever his name is.
He lucky if I acknowledge that man's presence. Let
That'll
alone
be Mr. Earl. That'll be Mr. Earl to you.
That'll be Earl, if anything.
Mr. Jody.
It might even be that nigga that's talking to my mama. It's like,
No, Jason, no. You thinking as an adult? No,
I am an
nigga,
adult.
No. That's not how this works.
I am an adult.
But he's still. That's like me and Shay are married, but TJ and Kayla call me Miss Jerry.
But hold on, when y'all was growing up, what did y'all call Reggie?
Reggie. Because they wasn't married.
Yeah.
So you gonna call him, if they got married, you gonna call him
Listen,
Mr. Reggie.
We was raised as hoodlums in the 80s. That's how we rolled.
Oh, don't say it like that, because JD just said we was raised as hoodlums in the 80s. Don't say it like that, because JD just refers to Dion as Dion.
That's fine.
But see, it's whatever they want to be called.
See, you got to think
Dion
of the
is
generation.
fine with being called Dion.
In our generation,
Reggie,
we don't care, but older generations still do. Like, look at your father.
Reggie was
He let me
fine
call
being
him
called
Uncle.
Big Reggie or Reggie.
That's true.
Right, but
Yeah,
see, but
we do.
here's my thing. If I'm a child, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at my 40-year-old age right now, if you say refer to me as
it's still a sign of respect. That's all.
That
Like
listen,
if they
look,
ask,
you gonna
To
listen.
me,
Like I said, you
it
gonna
all
be.
It all depends on how the relationship is. If they are close, you know, everybody in the family is close, then yeah, it's okay to refer to them by their first name. Gene and Reggie were together. All of y'all hung out together. Reggie was fine. Same thing with Michelle and Mona with Ralph. Mona and Michelle, they all hung out together. They were all together. So it's okay to call him Ralph. But if you don't have a close relationship with that person, Miss Tammy would be a sign of respect.
That's if I respect you.
That,
like I
think
said, that might be
what the person wants to be called. If I go to
Right.
somebody's house and I'm dating somebody, and their child is calling me Mona, it would be because I said just call me Mona, you know.
Right.
Because like when I dated and I brought people around Mike and Tez, I would always say to them, what do you want them to call you? Do you want them to say Mr. or just your name? And everybody was like, this
Put around that we didn't know about.
What
What
year was this you was dating?
Damn, well, hold it. Y'all think I don't date? I mean,
We don't see nobody.
No.
so, but
So nobody wants you.
well, here's the thing. It's not just dating, but I have friends and people come visit. I said,
here's my thing. I will put it. This is the way that I look at it.
And I was calling him by that first name too.
And here's the way I look at it. If you are, again, if I were under 18, that would be a completely different thing. I will refer to you as the way that you want to be referred to. But once I become an adult and I'm paying my own bills, you're going to have to earn the respect of a Mr. or a Mrs. You're not just finna get that off rip.
You know what? You would be that one. Mona, you seen that video with that old man saying, let me tell you something, young buck, how much you better stop playing because I'm going to have your mama in the back, bringing her back. That's going to be, you're going to get an email like that. You
keep going, you're going to be like on Baby Boy.
And I'm going to be like,
well, Jason, I think it's just a respect thing at your age. At 40, you should know to call somebody in their 60s Mr. Such and such. But you like very hell bent, like separate even if it's your mother's dating somebody, but in general.
What if it was Uncle Chucky?
Hold on.
If it was my father, that's my
Hold
dad.
on. What about if your boss came to you when you first get a job and your boss say, "How you doing? I'm Mr. Stevens." You gonna call him Stevens or you gonna call him Mr. like he told you to?
I'm gonna be like, well, listen, I might say Mr. at first, but eventually he gonna get that real name because we are. Because here, my thing is, and maybe this is.
I'll be like, I'm Miss Lion. So,
Right.
That's how I would do that.
Like
Hello,
if we
Miss
gonna
I'm Miss
that
Lion.
respect thing is gonna have to go both ways. I'm an adult.
You really
I know,
adamant
but if
about
the
this.
person is old enough to be your parent, there is still a level of respect. Like I work with scientists. These people are deserving of being called
Yes,
doctor.
that's their honorific.
And shit. But they're not like that. They're not pretentious like that. Like when this man, Dr. Miller, I speak to him all the time because Dr. Miller's in his 80s. He came to my office when I first started working and introduced himself to me as Lou Miller. Not Dr. Lou Miller, but Lou Miller. Dr. Miller is 80 years old. There is no fucking way I'm going to call him Lou Miller. He is Dr. Miller to me because he's in his 80s. It's even at work, it's still a level of respect. Now, my scientist, his name is Eric. Eric is 2 years older than me. Eric is Eric, and he's gonna be Eric. But Eric nobody calls him doctor anything.
Right.
Because he's just not that person.
But I think that, like,
I know I got a PhD, damn it. You know.
But I think that, like,
and
if you,
a lot of people are like that.
I think for me, and I understand that, like, age, you know, you get that honorific thing. But I think for me, like, if you're in a situation where you are in a relationship with my parent, you know what I mean? Like, that means you supposedly, like, I'm not calling you Mr. or like, I'm not doing that. You, Mike said, you lucky
Somebody
if you don't get
slinging dick to
that
your
nigga
mother.
that's messing with my mama or
That
that.
don't give you the right to call them by their first name.
Say what?
Just because somebody's slinging dick to
That
your
should-
mother, that don't give you
that
the
should
right to
be
call
a
them by their
factor.
first name.
Because
Oh my
it is
God,
your
JR,
mother.
did you
It's
have
a
to say it like
You
that?
see how
though?
Deborah face? Her mouth dropped.
I can't
I'm talking like a 16-year-old schoolgirl.
But what if that was your daddy and he said, make sure you tell Miss Tammy over there, hello.
And listen, Miss Tammy may not acknowledge her presence.
I think that's just because you just
Well,
don't want.
you're the rebellious child anyway.
You are.
Say
And
this.
they ain't getting divorced,
When you grew up in a house with Liza Brown,
man.
which we did, you did not call adults by their first name. It didn't matter who
You
they
sure
are.
didn't.
Even in reference, she would be like, "Who are you calling by?" You call her
probably
Miss.
would've got
I said, if you
backhanded
don't-
Smack you
first.
and
across
she
your
said,
mouth.
if you don't know their last name, then you put Ms. in front of their first name.
You probably would have got backhanded first. And
See,
then,
I
the
mean,
only way
listen,
we could call Skip was because Skip told us to call him that.
Right.
Other than that, it was Mr. Skip. Actually, I ain't
And
really
he was
call him.
like, just call him Skip. We
And that was his nickname, wasn't it? That wasn't even his real name.
yeah. But Granny ain't play that.
wasn't he the one that fed gunpowder to Tiny?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, to the dog. That's why they say every time the doorbell rang, he would go crazy and be ready to kill the
No, the
mailman.
mailman did something to him.
That
We
too.
think the mailman did something to him.
Apparently, everybody did something to him.
Right. That dog. Listen, we need to open up an investigation on that. What happened with that
Too
dog?
late now. Him and the damn dog dead.
But like, I don't know. I guess partially
Terry
because
was a terrier. Buck and they are terriers in the terrier family. They bark at the door every time.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I guess I feel like
So
if
does
you
Jerry.
are my like, if you're dating my if you date my parent, you would audition. You know what I mean?
What
Like
you mean?
said-
Ain't nobody
like
worried about
said,
you.
Jason, you are not a child. So if
That's
your mother
cute.
is dating somebody, it really is none of your business.
Exactly,
just
which
a
is why
level
I'm not
of-
going to
You better
acknowledge that
hope she
nigga presence.
let you meet him. You better hope your daddy ain't listening to this because he gonna call on Devin and tell me who the hell that they talking about.
I told you he sounded like a 16-year-old schoolgirl.
No.
Listen, you lucky if I acknowledge that man's presence. And if my daddy end up with somebody else, you lucky if I acknowledge her presence.
I need you
Well, so are you gonna call her mommy or daddy?
No, I'm not. I'm just Clarice.
You gonna call her mommy Tammy? That's what
I'm gonna call her Clarice.
Clarice.
That lady my daddy messing with.
And I want to know, why did y'all all act all in shock when I was like, if somebody came to my house, I was dating somebody. I feel some kind of way about that.
So
That
we,
with the,
we think
listen
you
with
lying.
the spoon up. With the spoon, I'm like,
Minute. What?
Mona.
Oh, I just think I'm a spinster, huh?
no, Mona. Listen, I have
you a
seen
fox-
you in
you a
action, Mona.
foxhole.
I know how you.
Yeah, if I could come through this one, I would come over there and smack the shit out of you.
I've seen Mona at the happy hour. I know how to. I've seen the dudes try to holler at you, so I know you ain't. I know you ain't sitting there, knitting
you ain't
scarves
stop
and
'em?
shit.
But yeah, she ain't. She got
Listen.
people hollering at her, but I ain't seen one come across the state line. Well, just
I don't know where you seen him hollering at her at, because every time I met her at the bar, I had to buy her jam drinks.
Yeah, she did yoke your ass up a couple
When
times.
I had you buy a drink just like I had them buy.
Damn
Listen,
shame.
when I went with Mona, they was buying both of us drinks.
Well, damn it, why Mona?
You ain't had a hair you got now though, huh?
Who, Mona?
No, Jason.
No.
What happened?
You ain't had that pretty hair you got now, huh?
They was buying both of us drinks.
Petey, go lay down.
Okay.
What?
So anyway,
Y'all
so
went to jail.
so
I
the
don't
next
know.
level, the next one on the circle of the saints. So my wife asked me if it would be okay if she had sex with her ex one last time.
The fuck?
Hold on.
Who what?
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
No.
Wait,
Wait, let's finish the whole thing. Keep it.
Okay, I can't have this tied to my main, but I really need to say something about it, and I have no one I can tell. My wife has a terminal disease. She is projected to live at most 9 months. I am, of course,
You
destroyed.
gotta wait them 9 months.
We have been together for a decade. I don't remember life without her, and I don't know what I'm going to do when she's gone. I've been doing my best to make the last days of her life good and grant whatever wish I can. The doctor said it's likely she'll need a wheelchair in 4 or 5 months, and then by month 8, she'll be bedridden for the last few weeks, if she doesn't decline faster. Recently, she sat down with me and told me that one of the last things that she wanted to do was have sex with a previous partner of hers. Of course, I was shocked when I asked why the fuck she wants that. Basically, she thinks that her most physically compatible, satisfying lover was him. She gave a whole monologue about how sex sometimes is just physical and how emotionally fulfilling sex is with me, but it was bullshit to get to the point. So now I'm left with this. Either deny my dying wife a wish for my own ego or let her go fuck another man who she feels was better. Honestly, I'm so pissed and betrayed that she even asked this of me, and I feel that I'm put in a position where I have to say yes because she's dying. I know what I want to say, but I don't know if that's right. I was so hurt that sex with an ex was apparently so good that she needs to do it just once more before she dies. I hate everything about this. What should I do?
Well,
Let her go. Let her go
her as
and
his
send
ex-wife.
all her shit with her. Let him take care of her last 90 days or however.
You ain't
Say,
lying.
oh,
Right, because
Okay.
what if she end up in remission? You gotta live with that shit.
And then she said he wasn't fulfilling her. I would
No,
have been like,
he
yo,
said
let's
it's
get it
emotional.
together.
Emotionally fulfilling
I
for
want
her.
my last time to be one of my best. It's not you.
I'm sorry, but I would park her ass in a daggone nursing home, a hospital somewhere, and tell her you do what you want to do.
Yep, that's it. I'm out. I
Because
can
I'm
still go
sitting
do
here
whatever I
taking
want.
care of your behind.
You on
And
you on an expiration date, bitch.
You
Oh
just
my
keep getting
God!
that wheelchair and push her right on in traffic.
When you first started this letter or whatever this is, I thought it was the man that was wanting
Yes,
to, have sexual
relation.
advances with it. I was not expecting the one that's in the deathbed to want
Right.
to do. Girl,
The
are you
death
even
buddy.
gonna make it through it?
That's what we're gonna call
my
her, the
question.
death buddy.
Would you even make it through the whole,
The whole experience.
yeah.
She said don't trust. She said don't test her gangster. She know what to do.
I don't know.
All I know is go ahead and let her go. But while she over there, pack all her shit up and have it sitting out front and be like this, sir, you got her. Obviously, I'm not doing it for her, so you can finish this off.
I
And
don't
want my
know.
money
See,
for
like
my
I
man.
feel like
Bring her back.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have to depend on what kind of relationship we got. But look, why is y'all looking at me like that?
J.I., what's your take?
I just told you. I would have wait till she got in that wheelchair and pushed her in traffic. Easier said than done.
Just take us all out, huh?
Yeah. I wouldn't be referring to her as my wife right now. She'd be my ex-wife while I'm talking about her. That's for damn sure. Well, my ex-wife want to sleep with this guy.
It's the dying wish of a dying woman.
Right. So like
No.
I would have
Nope. But your dying wish is to not spend your last days with me,
No,
the one who's been
that's
taking
not what
care
she
of your
said.
That's
ass.
not what she
just wanted
said.
to have sex one last time.
That's a big one. Nope.
Oh, this is, you know what? Go ahead, take a pic, bring out a picture. We'll print it out, make it life size, and I'll put it on my face. You can go ahead and think about anything you want to think about while looking at that person. But by all means, the only thing that's slipping up in you is me.
And you
I'm
know
sorry,
what?
I let
You
you
might
down
not do
without
it for
either
me.
one of 'em.
It might not be me. It might be your ass. That's why you ain't fulfilled, because I ain't fulfilled, bitch.
But look, she'd be really mad if she go there to have sex with him and it's nowhere near as good as it used to be.
Right. Right, because you can guarantee that.
He better pop one of them blue pills.
I
Right, he
know.
might have had a stroke or something and can't even get it out.
Or he might
There
be
you
married
go.
and his wife like this. No. Jason,
Right.
I got a countdown on my thing that says remaining meeting time.
Yeah, I'm fixing it now. I'm gonna have to
Get your shit together, Jason.
Nick grow.
Well, I got this one behind me. Like he act like I don't see him. You see him, right?
Oh, look at the naked mole rat.
Shut up, Jackie. But he back here like I don't see him. Look.
You got that homeless crackhead dog.
Yeah, he's trying to
Shut up.
blend in with the couch.
Did
Yeah.
you say a homeless
Trying to
crackhead
blend
dog?
in.
He just crept up behind me. Fucking ninja. Your breath stinks. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's hilarious.
Siobhan said, I asked her the question. She said, I would have let you meet the maker right there. You ain't have to wait the year to die.
Oh yeah, y'all two are perfect because y'all said the same thing. Shay
I
said the
feel
same
like
thing I
I
said.
feel like depending on the kind of relationship we have,
Obviously, it's not that kind because he said
Hold
his
on.
feelings was really
That
hurt.
boy lying like
Listen,
hell.
in my head, if it's already depending on the kind of relationship, that means y'all already had that relationship before, the terminal illness.
no,
No, that's what
that's not
Jason
what I'm
said.
saying.
The guy said his feelings hurt and he don't understand. Like he feel like he feel pissed off, but he like, should I feel like that because she is dying? Yeah.
I would like
Just
okay,
'cause
so
you
I would
dying
feel
don't
like
mean
this.
You a good person.
This is how I would feel. I would be like, look, I'm going to continue. It's not like I'm going and that's the last person I'm going to have sex with. Stay dying. So if that's what you need to fulfill your last wishes, okay, go ahead. If
No.
that person is willing to do it.
So what he should have
I
said
would
to
feel
her
some
was,
type of way about that.
I tell you what, well, since you dying, you can sleep with him, but then I want to bring a woman in the bed with us.
Okay. Right. Like
She about to die once she dead. You can have a whole.
you can do whatever you want to.
But why she got to have her wish fulfilled? Plus, after
'Cause
she done
she's
finished sleeping with this
dying.
dude, she gonna slay in the bed beside you and probably reminisce about that joint. Then
She
what?
probably wouldn't tell him.
You can see it in somebody's face.
That's trying. Now that's trying to investigate too far. Like,
Right, like if that's
That's
like
where
if,
you. But at the end of the day, that's where your mind is
Man
gonna go.
down say till death do us part.
Right.
It didn't
But
say
that's where
just
your
that.
mind gonna go. He
You
could
got a
say
terminal
yes all
illness and
day.
you go get another one.
Right. He could say yes all day, every day if he wants to. But the minute the deed is done, it's gonna always be there. So he
Right, but she gonna
always
be
have that
dead
in his
anyway.
head.
That's one of them instances where you say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
That's like, you ever seen that movie?
You know what?
You ever seen that movie where the man had offered the woman all this millions of dollars?
Oh,
You
Indecent
talking about
Proposal.
Leaving Las
Well, he
Vegas?
offered the man millions of dollars just to sleep with his wife,
The one with
and
Nicolas Cage.
he went along with it, and the minute she slept with him, he had problems with it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He didn't say she had to sleep with him. He says spend the night. She chose to sleep with him because that's
we
not
all
what he
know
had.
what spend the night
No,
means.
no. And if you watch the movie, they talked about that. He said they talked about that where he said spend the night. He didn't say sleep. She wanted to sleep with him.
Oh, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Y'all keep talking.
What kind of podcast host is this?
But I forgot the
I
name of
don't
that movie.
know
I remember that
about
movie. I went to the
that.
movies to see that. But he did not say and no, because it's your body, you don't have to agree to having sex because that's not what he said. He said spend the night. She chose to sleep because he said spend the night. So I can go over there where I'm sleeping at, but here come my pajamas. Good night.
Well,
You having a rough time with that peanut butter, ain't you?
I know. Mom, what you doing with peanut butter? You putting that in the curry?
It's not peanut butter. It's cayenne pepper.
Look at you like you know how to cook.
You know I
What is your
do.
cooking?
With your greedy ass.
Your mama.
Her too.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to go. I'm trying to fix this thing.
Man, you missed the whole conversation. We was on a whole other topic.
What was y'all talking about?
No, I'm lying.
Shut up, nigga.
Jason, you fell for. He was excited too.
He was ready. What y'all talk about?
Okay, so let's get into this Janet Jackson documentary.
We're glad when P Valley come back home.
I know.
Ooh. Okay, so that's another one. Did y'all hear about? Okay, so Nikki Gilbert.
Listen, I still got the remaining meeting time. Is this bitch gonna cut off for me?
No, I'm working on it right now.
Jerry, will you shut up?
Shut up, James, and drink that stupid Red Bull.
Now, what was you saying, Jason?
Sure.
So,
That's our new sponsor is Red Bull.
As much as you drink, they need to.
You ain't lying.
Right.
If they
You
knew
make
how
a
much
killing.
stock I had invested in them.
You
Yeah,
need
you
to buy
should've.
stock in them.
Start off small.
okay, so now we should be good.
Yeah, it says unlimited minutes.
All right.
So are people watching us before we keep going?
Yeah, there are people watching.
Uh-oh. Put a hat on.
I ain't put no hat on. You see me as I am.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's Black
Beatrice.
History Month, so yeah, you right.
Yep. Fight the power. And all that taco meat you got on your chest.
Okay, Angela Davis.
Not taco meat.
He do. You ain't seen
Yeah,
as
that
many
that
times
shit
as
is
the show
snappy.
is. Yeah, it's nasty as shit. He need to put a relaxer.
So speaking of P
First of
Valley,
all, my chest is relaxed.
so Nikki Gilbert is suing Stars for copyright infringement because she says that P Valley is a ripoff of her show Soul Kitten Cabaret.
What the hell? I ain't even heard of that. And
It
who
was
is she?
It was a play.
It was a play.
Yeah, I
mean-
read that.
But
Was it the same?
P Valley is actually based
I
off of
never
a play that came out a year prior to Soul Kitten Cabaret. That
Yes, because in the credits they acknowledged the play
yeah,
that it was made from.
that it was based off of, and that came out a year before Soul Kitten Cabaret did. But
Well, clearly P Valley was better because I never heard of none of those two, but P Valley.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
So you should just go ahead and bite your tongue and ask her, can you get on the writers list?
when does P Valley come back? I know they record. I know they're filming now.
Oh, there's gonna be a minute then if they filming now.
Snowfall about to come back out.
Yeah, the end of February.
And
Michelle said she gonna try to get on. We know
And
what that
new,
means.
The new Power with Tommy come back on too.
He on Roblox.
I have not watched a single episode of Power, and I don't feel no way about it.
What is wrong with your
Yeah,
life?
I started it, but then I haven't watched it. God knows how long. I'm over the drug stuff. I just want us to have funny shit now.
Tommy is funny.
Did you say drugs is funny?
Have y'all watched Grand Crew?
I love that.
I
show.
love Grand
love
Crew.
it.
Grand Crew is funny.
I feel like that be us, but right here.
Grand
Yeah,
Crew
I love
and
wine glass.
are y'all watching Abbott Elementary?
Yes, that
I
show
don't,
is
no,
hilarious.
I don't want to watch anything about a school. Is it
No,
kids?
Mona, them kids is about
Them
that life.
kids
It's
is about that. Them
Philadelphia
kids is
school
funny.
System. Them kids
Oh,
funny.
is it a documentary or it's a?
Sort of. It's kind of like
It's like The
doing a,
Office.
reality show. It's got
Oh, okay. If it's
the
like,
dude,
oh,
the
I
little
like-
boy from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah, that
He's
show
full
is
grown.
fun, and it's got
Mhm.
Cheryl Lee Ralph in it as like an older teacher,
Yeah,
and she is hilarious.
yeah.
What is it
You would
on?
like it.
It's on ABC.
It's on-
It
I
come
mean,
on
I
right
watch
before
it on
Blackish.
Okay.
That joint is her.
Yeah,
is funny.
Abbott Elementary is my show. I love that
Right.
show.
Jason, have you seen
Jason.
the movie Ozark yet?
No,
The
not
show?
watched Ozark yet.
We
I'm wait-
watched it. I was so mad about what happened at the end. Like I wanted to see what was about to happen, and I wish they would just kill off the son. He pissing me off.
It's on my
my
list, so
God.
don't spoil it.
Let me tell you something. You never know what hit that mama.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
She ruthless.
Yeah, she is.
So let's go ahead and get into the Janet Jackson documentary. Did y'all all watch it?
I didn't, but I'll listen.
I listened.
So
I heard bits and pieces.
I'm gonna tell
Only
you
thing-
that I didn't. There wasn't anything on there that I didn't already know, but like the timeline made sense. Like it made things like what happened in the timeline of events and stuff. Like obviously I didn't know that James DeBarge was on drugs. Like, and that's why they got divorced.
I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised he was on drugs because that's in all of
All of them was on drugs.
I'm about to say that was a thing back
Who you
then.
talking about? Her boyfriend?
That was
No,
her
that was
husband.
her
No,
husband. She
Her
married
her
him.
first husband.
Yeah.
Kids coming in, so I gotta. It was good while it lasted.
Well, you better push mute. Yeah, only thing that I didn't understand was how she said, I mean, I get it. You said you're a great mother. That's cool, but they didn't show her son not one time.
She does not want her son on.
Well,
But because their family is so private though.
Right.
yeah, I would be. I mean, because the spotlight is ruthless to people.
You also
they
have to
will
think
take
about
your
what the
man
spotlight
with
did
the
to her
the
family.
father. 'Cause you
Yeah,
know the
but you also
father's
got to
little-
realize his father did not want him on camera at
Right.
all. They don't take pictures of anything. They don't show pictures of him or anything.
That's a
That
lie.
is
'Cause
him.
Mona said they on
Oh,
Instagram all day
and
long.
I saw a picture of her with the baby.
But when you think about what Fame and the Spotlight did to her family,
Yeah, they fucked up.
you know, you can only imagine. I can imagine her being like, I don't want my
Well,
son
hold
to
on,
have
because the spotlight
anything.
technically it only
to
got
do with
hectic for
that.
them from that Michael scandal. That was really all it really was if you pay attention.
No, that's not true.
What other scandals?
Yeah, hectic for them their whole lives because Michael Jackson has been a star
Since he was 5
since
years
the
old.
age of what, 5?
Right.
Yeah, but the
Yep.
spotlight was for them to be famous. But it ain't start going downhill until all the scandals started coming out with Bob Michael.
Right. But it also bled into her life and things that she was doing.
I
Because
mean,
like
if your brother get charged with being a pedophile, it's gonna always trickle into your life. Because remember, I didn't even know she had was supposed to sign a deal with Coca-Cola.
right, I didn't either.
Blew off because they was like, nah, no, thank you.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
which I
also
get
didn't
it.
know that. I thought Scream,
Wait,
they
what they
did it
say, Jay?
together.
What they say, Jal?
Huh?
What they say?
They was like, no, thank you.
Nah, no, thank you. That's what they said.
We'll see you later. Have a good one.
Maybe I thought they did Scream together, but they didn't. She did it during the day, and he did it at night.
yeah.
Well, eventually they had to come together to do it because if you look if you remember the video, they was standing
There
side by side.
are times when they're together, but she's talking about like she says that like his record label wouldn't let her see what he was doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Peyton.
Hi, Peyton.
Hey.
But,
See,
you know,
it was
and-
good while it
and-
lasted.
Which
Like-
that was crazy to me too, because I was like, damn, y'all supposed to be brother and sister. Y'all supposed to be working side by side. Y'all supposed to know what each other doing. But that's the record
But
label
you know,
thing.
she could never get the spotlight because every time she went somewhere or she did a tour, everybody always asked for Michael. So yeah, I would be a little conscious about that too.
But I think that, like,
Well, so wait, because the Rhythm Nation tour, that was big and that was all about her.
but
I mean,
everybody, but when she would go
Rhythm
on,
Nation- what was the very first one?
the first
the
one was
first album?
the first one was Rhythm Nation. She didn't do Control
No,
because she
the first one was Control.
no, she didn't do a
Control, yeah.
tour for Control because she
Right,
didn't have enough
yeah.
songs. The
Okay.
Rhythm Nation was the first tour she did, and she kept constantly being asked about Michael.
Look,
and-
if your brother was Michael Jackson.
Which is why when her third album
It's
came through, she
understandable.
didn't have. If you notice, her third album doesn't. From the third album on, she stopped using the Jackson name. It was just Janet
Yeah. Oh, so that's why.
because she was like, I want to get. She wanted to stand on her own and have her own identity.
No, did you see how the family was reacting when she took the picture of the breast?
Look, they was not happy about that.
Hey, I always wonder who the hell that was. I never knew it was her.
Oh, I
husband.
knew it was her. I knew it was Renee. Like,
What
and
happened?
What's
when
your
you
name?
think about like,
You know the album cover where she's got her breast and she got the
Oh
two
yeah, I
hands?
figured that was her husband.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's him.
that's him.
Yeah.
And I think what the thing about that that's so interesting to me is, I remember when I was younger, I knew that her and Renee were in a relationship. I didn't realize they were married because she didn't tell anybody they were married.
I mean, well, who is Renee other than her husband? Was he somebody?
He was a director, like he was a
Director,
director.
producer, he was all that.
Yeah, he directed quite a few of her. Well, he directed some of her videos.
He directed some of her videos.
You know the one where she was? I forgot the dude name. He a star too, with the long dreadlocks.
Oh, Shazar. You know Shazar?
Yeah,
when she was in that video with him, like when she was laying in the bed and all that stuff, he directed that. And he was.
Okay.
She said that the dude asked her like, "Do you got a boyfriend?" She was like, "Yeah, he the one directing it, telling you what to do." Because she said he had to stick his hand down her pants and stuff, and all
and
types of
pull the
craziness.
chain up.
I was like, wow.
But I
wouldn't
think
be able
that,
to watch
like,
that if I was him.
what I find interesting about all of that is, see, to me, you can see those. There are moments where you can kind of tell that Janet is over the idea of being filmed 24/7, because at one point, Catherine, she's at, like, I guess they're in Hawaii and Catherine is there, and he's like directing her, and she's like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not genuine. Because he's like, go ahead and kiss your mother. And he's like, no one's going to see it but us. And she's like, but then why do I need to do that? Like, and I can imagine if you already feel like you are constantly under a microscope from the world, in those moments where you should feel comfortable to kind of be yourself and let down, to constantly have a video camera in front of your face and constantly be directed to do things could be like, it's trauma inducing. And then when you think about every time she did something, so you got to think the Nipplegate, the Super Bowl thing happened right in the middle of Michael's second trial. The thing with Coke happened at the first trial. She was filming Why Did I Get Married Too when Michael died, and she was filming a video when her father died.
She was filming the movie when her father died.
No, she was filming Why Did I Get
No,
Married?
her.
She was filming when she was doing Why Did I Get Married when Michael died.
Yeah, and she was filming the Made for Now video when her father died.
Because I remember that's when Tyler Perry said, it's just a daggone breast. Get over it.
Yeah, well, he cut when Tyler Perry cussed, and I was like, Tyler Perry cussing.
Well, he never told you that he was the
He cuss all the time
the
as
saint in
Medea.
church. You
No,
must
he
not watch all
dropped the
his other
F bomb. He said it's
Oh. Okay.
He dropped the F-bomb. He said it's a effing breast. Get
Why
over
did
it.
he do that?
Because
you
you
watch
know
the
she
shit, you
got
a kid.
banned from a lot of stuff because of that Super Bowl game.
Yo, yeah, like
But
it,
I'm not getting
I
it
did hear
stalled
about
her
that.
career.
She got banned and Justin Timberlake like soared.
So what's
Well, because
interesting about that,
She-
and I
she
still
said
like,
that she didn't want Justin to be fought for it.
she told Justin not to say anything because everybody, all the heat was coming on her anyway. So she was like, don't say anything. Now what he did that he shouldn't have done was he piled on. You know, he was
you
making
mean?
jokes and he was saying stuff too. He should have
Oh,
just
he was
said
joking
nothing. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, he did. Which is
Hey,
why
you
we're
put
all
out
like,
Janet Jackson titty, you gonna joke too.
Nah, he doesn't write that shit.
I still would be like, I'm
Yeah,
not.
but he probably got creative what he can and what he can't do.
He got to
So
have
he
some
could've
control over
easily
what he can and
refused to
can't
say,
do.
I'm not doing that, but he didn't.
And so it's still F Justin for life. It's for over here.
Such an angry little wench.
It's still F Justin for life over here. I don't care. Because y'all know I'm a Janet Jackson fan.
What, you need a hug or something?
No.
Yeah, go up there and give him a hug.
Uh-uh. You
He
stay
need
over.
something.
You
He
stay
need
where
a
you
hug or
at.
something.
I don't need no hugs.
Yeah, that little whole thing was crazy. So have you been watching Secrets of Playboy?
Listen, it's on my list of things to watch. I was going to watch it yesterday, but I couldn't get my A&E streaming to work.
All you gotta do is pay the bill.
Wait a minute, A&E is on Peacock, right?
You can watch it. Well, yeah, I don't know if it's on Peacock.
Y'all know I don't have cable, I just stream.
Did you say... Shut up, JR.
Right.
What did he say?
He told him just pay the bill.
Shut up, JR. I just have Wi-Fi.
So I'm talking about Jason. He said he was having trouble. I said, pay your damn bill. You would have no trouble.
Listen, the fact that you're talking to me right now means I paid my bill, nigga.
I don't know. You might got a backup Wi-Fi somewhere. Knowing you are the technical geek.
No, that would be your thing, JR, the backup stuff.
Yeah, you the one like...
Backup will be one of my neighbors.
You the
use
one out
their
here
Wi-Fi.
bootlegging everything. Got bootleg Wi-Fi, bootleg lights.
Hey, don't hate on nothing.
I didn't see the last episode. Well, the episode that just played, but I have been watching it. But Hugh Hefner was a mess.
Yeah, he
Who?
was. Did you see when
would have been, and had he still been living, he could have easily been linked up with Jeffrey Dahmer and
Jeffrey
all that
Epstein,
other
you mean?
stuff.
Because Dahmer was
Wait.
Dahmer was
Jeffrey
eating.
Epstein.
I ain't gonna say
I'm
Jeffrey
sorry.
Dahmer. He might have been
Wait,
charged like Bill
wait.
Cosby.
I mean,
Jeffrey
Epstein. I'm sorry.
He wasn't eating them. I mean, he was, but not that kind of way.
He was a cannibal?
No.
Huh?
Because Jeffrey Dahmer was a cannibal. You saying he
No.
could have been linked up with Jeffrey
I meant
Dahmer?
to say
She meant to
Jeffrey
say Epstein.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's two different
Get
things.
your Jeffries white.
Did you say get your Jeffries white?
Jeffrey
I meant to say right.
Epstein, did y'all see that documentary on I think it was on Netflix about him. He
About
was
Filthy
a
Rich?
straight up predator.
Yes.
He was
But
a
a lot of
what?
them guys
on
who had
young
money was.
women who were struggling, who
Daddy got his ice cream.
come from from much and were insecure, and he preyed on that.
That's what they all do when they got money.
Yeah.
Look at Cosby.
Yeah, R. Kelly too.
Now I felt like he probably would have been charged like Bill Cosby if he would have still been living.
Oh,
So
Hugh
look.
Hefner?
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, I was
Yeah.
in the car today, me and Shay.
No, he
and
wouldn't. He's white.
we heard this song. It was called 17. You and Mona might know about it. Rick James made it. Listen
Yes.
to that song. I was like,
Oh,
damn,
yeah.
everybody was going. Everybody is disgusting.
Oh yeah.
She was only 17, and she
And
was
she
young
sexy.
and fine and
And
oh, so tender.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that jump. I listened to
But
it.
listening to
Did
it,
y'all
you like
see
this.
the Rick James documentary? That was good too.
But see, the thing is, I was actually listening to what song was it? Poison by the Bell Biv DeVoe's Poison.
Uh-huh.
There's that line where they're like backstage, underage, adolescent. I was like,
Oh, see?
But back in them days, it wasn't really that frowned upon like it is now. Let me say that.
No, yes, it was. Well, yes, it was.
I'm hoping because they've been in the industry since they was kids. So I'm hoping they talk about when they was kids too.
But I just was like, it's so funny because I was listening to the song and I was like, I never realized that was what they was like. It just never occurred to me that's what they was talking about.
Movement now, you can't say shit.
No, they go
like I said,
everybody.
Let me say something.
Back
If
then
Will
it
and
was
Grace came on now, you could not watch that.
Who?
The Golden Girls,
Seinfeld. Oh my God.
Seinfeld, all of that. Because
Archie Bunker.
Listen, I said Martin, as funny as Martin is, it would not fly today.
Archie Bunker would have got sit up the first day.
Well, yeah, but Archie Bunker was during the era when they used to say the N-word. Because you remember George Jefferson, and on Good Times they said the N-word.
Yeah,
and they used to say honky a lot too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like as a culture, when you know better, you do better. But
yes,
I think that because Martin, there's no way Martin would fly today. No way.
Martin would. That's my go to bed TV show. Okay.
I think Martin would have flown.
I turn that on and I'll be in the bed cracking up.
Oh, because it's funny. Don't get me wrong, it's funny.
And what's so sad now is that you can't laugh at stuff anymore. We need more laughter. Be able to laugh at yourself. I don't care what your sexual orientation is, what your nationality is. We gotta laugh because let me tell you something. When we look at some of that stuff they be saying about us, we laugh and we be like, oh yeah, I got a cousin.
But see, I think
when I heard her talk about his father, I think about Uncle Anthony.
I always think of it like this. It's one thing.
I was watching something about that earlier. The guy said black people and white people, they get mad totally different. Like the white person was like, man, this is some straight up bullshit. We're gonna handle this. And he said black people like this. Man, we just suck our teeth like
right. Because it's either us or we know that person.
Right. Yep. But I also think that it's a matter of punching up versus punching down. You know what I mean? If you're doing comedy and we're joking and we're all doing, we're all talking about, Black life, and the things that are funny in Black life, or the things that are funny, in our families, then that's one thing. But if there was a white dude talking about things happening in Black life, we're not gonna find that shit funny.
I did. I saw this comedian. I can't remember what his name was. He was fat and he had this stringy hair, and he was talking about how black people name their kids. I was cracking up. Do you hear me? Because what I found so funny is the fact that he thought some of the shit that we think too. Because sometimes when we see people with our people with their names, we were like, oh shit. What were they doing? They must have been drunk when they
listen, you can't just be coming up here with any Sansa Quenica.
It wasn't in my opinion, it wasn't racist. It was factual. Cause y'all know our people get the name of their kids some crazy shit and they dead ass wrong. Dead ass wrong.
That's like when Roots came out, how many Kunta Kintes and Kizzies did we have?
That was stupid.
Exactly. And then not just that, but the problem is it's and when black comedians speak, black comedians talk about white people, this and that, and we crack up laughing. But if a white person wants to do that, it's like tension in the room. It's like tense.
Because you're punching down and not up.
It's comedy. Punching up and down. It's comedy. We need more laughter.
I don't get mad if I hear a white person talk about black people. Like Bill Burr do it, and it's fucking hilarious.
Well, that's because
heard him. Go check him out. Yeah, he's fucking hilarious, and he even be helping and doing stuff with Kevin Hart a lot.
Oh yeah, Shay Cox brought up Gary Owen.
See, and I like Gary Owen is to me Gary Owen is different. I think for me because
Gary Owen's black comedy when he references black comedy.
Make sure you say Owen and not Owen.
Owen, right? It's no S. Gary Owen. His is very safe.
Because black people love to put an S where S's ain't supposed to go.
His ex-wife is black and his children are black.
Right.
So he needs to be safe.
He is very, but like, and the thing is but he
church.
also has a window into the black experience.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
his parents.
Listen to Bill
Right,
Burr,
so
and he
his
talked about that
information is
time
based
he
on
was dating a
facts.
black girl, and he went and visited her up he was living in New York, and he went to go visit her, and he had to catch a train, and she said that he was she told him she was on like 147th Street, and he was like, "What the hell? Where's that?" And he said, "Because at 100th Street, that's where all the white people is, and once you get past like 105th Street, you start seeing like it started to get dark, and he said that you start seeing like all the black names." He said MLK. He said Clayton Powell. He like Denzel Washington. He said
Malcolm X Avenue.
which is all the black names on streets.
But see, even then, that's relatively safe. You know what I mean? Like it's still understanding.
Yeah, they're not doing the Michael Richards. They ain't calling everybody nigga on stage.
Right. Like.
Right. Or what did he say?
He's
back
a nigga
in
lover.
a certain time, you would have been hung from a tree, something like that. Oh,
Yeah,
he went way too far.
He won't hard his last day ever. You heard nothing else about him that day.
No. I
Michael
just
Richards.
think that in comedy, you should be able to,
From
because
Jerry
there was
Seinfeld.
a time everybody could talk about everything, and now everything is canceled. Oh, you're anti this. Comedy has been like that forever, so it restricts the comedian. However, the restriction does let you know who is funny and
who
isn't.
is not. Right. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like, I know that people love Dave Chappelle, and
I love him.
I am
love
not
him.
the biggest fan. I've never been the biggest Dave Chappelle fan. I think he does some things funny, but as a general rule, I don't laugh very often. You know what I
Now,
mean?
A lot of gay people
But he
don't
makes
like
you
Dave
think.
Chappelle.
He makes you think.
Hey, can y'all hear
Oh,
me?
she finally made it.
Good. Well,
I
hey,
did.
listen, Shell is
But-
finally in
Hey.
the building, y'all.
I did. I made
But
it.
they don't like Dave Chappelle. But if you go back and listen to the old Eddie Murphy,
Hey, Butsy.
he was just as bad.
Yes.
Right,
Like Eddie Murphy
but
was
again,
on
that goes
stage,
back to
But
when
that's
you know
because
better, you do
was,
better.
That was during when we didn't have cancel culture.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
is,
back-
and I don't even look at it as, and this is a me thing, I guess. To me, it's if you know better, you do better, and if you continue to do things,
Yeah, that applies in life. Comedy is different. We're talking about comedy.
is it though?
Yes, it very well is.
See,
It
y'all
very
taking
well
it.
is.
Y'all
If,
people
can
take
you,
it too serious.
Jason, can you laugh at yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay, so then if somebody else talks about it, why can't you see you in what they're saying? Because sometimes I'm sure you do, and then laugh.
I can. You know, if you're good,
Can you?
if you're good at what you do, I can.
Now you can't say the last couple of Dave Chappelle's wasn't good.
Chappelle is not?
I don't think that I don't think he is not my style of comedy. Now, like,
What's your
I'm a
style?
Cat Williams fan.
Okay.
What's your style of comedy?
I'm a Cat Williams fan. I love Cat Williams.
Hell no.
Ooh, leave Jesus.
What, over Dave Chappelle?
Yeah,
He's
personally.
okay.
Say something. I
But-
love me some Cat Williams because he's very animated. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. I
but
love
Dave
Cat Williams.
Chappelle.
He be sliding all across that damn stage with his little 5'2" self.
Look,
If
I
that-
find Cat Williams funny because him and that daggone hair.
Yes.
I just
And that
it's
voice.
just it's just a me thing. Like, I don't do a lot of stand. Like, I don't do, but I'm also not the biggest fan of Kevin Hart. I don't think Kevin Hart's that funny to me.
Ooh, the kids just like gasped at you.
Like,
Siobhan said she gasped.
I had a coworker. He said he liked Dave Chappelle, but he did not like Kevin Hart. And so I asked him, I said, why don't you like Kevin Hart? He was like, he's not funny. And what I said to him was, I said, I think that I said Kevin Hart is more black comedy. And I said, I think it's because you can't relate to it. Because like this guy, he grew up on a farm, you know, he probably a lot of the stuff that Kevin Hart talk about, he has no idea about.
see, but like, and also I
Uh,
enjoy
However,
more female
he is
comedy.
entitled to his opinion. Huh?
I enjoy more female comics though. Like Like the Yvonne Orgy special, I thought was hilarious because she's talking about
Yeah,
Nigerian.
women comedy.
That was good. I enjoyed her. I like.
What was
her
it called?
Insecure.
Yvonne Orgy, her comedy, her Mama I Made It.
Marvin from
Boy, the
Insecure.
first thing I thought you said was that orgy special. And I say, what the fuck are you
I said,
watching?
what station that's on now? What's wrong, honey?
Like I think I get into more female comedy, and it's just what the style that I enjoy.
Yeah, see, I'm not really into female comedies too much. Not saying they're not funny. This is how my life is. Like even with rap and stuff like that, I can listen to Nicki Minaj and them, but I can't go out and bump it in my car and play it because I can't relate to what they.
I
never
can't
slept
either.
with a guy.
Shit.
I never
All they
slept
talk
with
about
a
is sex.
So I don't know how, nothing about that.
I mean,
now I can listen to
Yeah, you don't know nothing about no
and all
sex.
them because I've lived some of the life they lived, so I know
I mean,
how
I'm
it
just
is.
saying because you
Hey, y'all,
got kids.
Just a Jack.
I better get some.
Look
of
at
that.
them. Oh, that look good. Look,
What
Jared,
is
what you
it?
gonna say? You had 3 kids in 1 year. What you talking about? Children about sex?
Exactly.
Well, as you see, a lot of rappers doing that now. Look at Fetty Wap and Nick Cannon and stuff.
So you started a trend, huh,
You know,
JR?
Nick Cannon is getting ready to have
Another
baby.
kid.
Damn,
Yeah.
he populating the world.
Listen,
He working on number 8.
Yep.
I'm not
the
going.
number
I'm gonna
7
shut up.
class
I'm not gonna
is
say a word on this conversation.
You know why he can do this? Because he ain't the one carrying them things.
He got
I love
money.
y'all.
What you talking about?
Yeah, but he
Well,
ain't carrying them.
I'm trying to figure out why these women keep letting him get pregnant, and the only thing I can think of is money because he got Nickelodeon tags. He's making money.
Also telling them up front that he does not want a monogamous relationship.
Right.
Because
Not to mention,
one
if you
he's
pay
pregnant
attention,
with now, this is her first child.
yeah, and that's what he's doing. So he's meeting women who don't have kids. So it's easy for them to say, "Oh, you put a baby in me because you have 7 and I don't have any. So go ahead and let's do this."
That
don't
wouldn't
mind. If they was doing second or
never
third,
work for me.
if they was doing second or third, they probably say no.
Nah, son, nah.
I don't just like.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what you said.
If you walking around here
But
creating a
I'ma
village
tell
by
you what
yourself,
I think he's doing. I think he's going up to them. He was like, "Let's have a baby," and he was like, "Here go the contract. This is how much I'm gonna give you. This is a nest egg for the kid." I think he got a whole contract for that.
oh, because
No
he
way.
said he want to have as many babies as possible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, he said the Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply," and he's just doing his math.
He did say that, but he said that almost a year and a half ago. So it's been heard. So the people that he is dealing with are perfectly fine with it. Now, it would be something different, I feel like, if it was like a trap for real. But these aren't traps. These are women who are literally okay with having a whole lot of like other half kids. But Mariah Carey said she ain't got no no half kids.
Mariah said, "Oh, listen, all her kids." It's like she said she don't acknowledge them brothers and sisters. Those kids, those don't have nothing to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, who said that?
Mariah said them kids don't have nothing to do with her.
Well, not her, but they got something to do with you still want them kids to have some type of relationship. Shit.
Yes, so
basically what she's saying is that's not her responsibility, that's his, because those extra kids are his, not hers.
Yeah, and that's true.
It was her Christmas interview, and the guy made a comment and said, "Oh, so what about their brothers and sisters?" And her response was, "I don't have nothing to do with that."
Yeah,
Literally.
she
Good
really
answer.
doesn't. Yeah, that's the truth.
And that's true.
That's true.
That's true, because she don't have extra kids. He do.
Listen,
it's
Mariah,
his
I tell y'all
responsibility to
right, one
make
thing.
sure
Mariah right now
they
has
interact.
really been on her like I'm a for real diva and I don't care attitude,
Yeah,
and I love it.
I ain't gonna lie. I watched that Christmas cartoon she had because I put it on for
It was
Peyton.
cute.
Jackie. No kid acts like that as a kid.
Now, I'm not saying that it was realistic. I
Okay.
said it was cute.
It was far from realistic. far.
It wasn't realistic, but it was
all.
cute.
All right, y'all. So
mean,
let's
it
talk
was-
about one. We got one
it
more
was a-
topic before we get on up off of here. And I want to talk about how do we, because we're a big family and there's a lot of us, and we, all have different opinions and different thoughts and ideas. How do we navigate familial conflicts?
What?
Like, I have people in my life who they don't talk to their cousins or they don't talk to their sisters
Listen,
and
I
their
went
brothers
to PG
because
County schools. You got to be a little more specific with me.
What you say? Break it down, Barney style, man.
I'm a public school baby.
how do we handle like family fights?
Okay, there it is.
I mean, you
All
could
right.
stab people with a fork. Ain't that right, Jr.? Ain't that
I'm
right?
gonna fuck you up when I see you too. You think it's a game, nigga?
I mean,
You just fight.
Yeah. I mean, you
Well,
just say what you need to say.
We got a family that doesn't hold on.
Did she know she on mute? Did she know she on mute? Somebody stop and see your citizen.
I can hear her.
I heard her.
You can hear her.
So-
She's on mute, but you
On
can
my
hear
phone.
Jackie's phone.
We just have a family that doesn't hold a lot of grudges, and we get over stuff. A lot of people don't. They hold on to anger, they hold on to issues and all. And I'm not gonna say all of us, the whole family is like that, but the majority of us, we've all grown up together. Even from way back when, we all had pretty much the same amount of kids. We all grew up together. We have always been around each other. So we've always learned that no matter what, family comes first. And we're going to always have that particular, that particular attitude that if JR and Jason ain't talking like they used to, be, where JR would make Jason mad. But if somebody mess with Jason, JR gonna be the first one out there wanting to fight. The same thing with the rest of us. You stick up for your family, and you let the other stuff. We don't sweat the big stuff. That's just small stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
But I'll say there's one cousin that I would let it go a little bit before
okay, let's.
And who is that?
Let's just describe the person.
Nope. We are not doing that today.
I said
Oh, yeah.
describe. I didn't say the name.
I'm not doing that either.
You can put it in the group chat.
No,
What?
it's
No.
not necessary.
It's not that necessary.
Well, you know
But
what?
I asked that question because
Let
we
it go,
are.
Jerry.
Okay.
I asked that question because we are very good at getting, we something that comes up, we handle it, we talk about it, and we move on. And we don't hold on to, like you said, Mom, we don't hold on to the grudges and the things. Now we might hold on to dumb stuff like put no mistake brownies and fish grease pancakes that's 30 years old that we don't even talk about anymore.
I mean, you let that go.
First of all, you ain't 30, you 40. And
What? Yeah.
just
It was 30 years ago when it happened.
I mean, but that's neither. It was funny.
It
That's
defines who
another
you
way
are
to
today.
See, and that's something else that we do is the things that
Gotta go
tend to
outside.
bother us. We let let time go by, and then we're
Right.
able to joke about it. A lot of people aren't able to do that. Like I've heard a lot
Not
of
me,
times
I'm a joke
that,
the first day.
well,
That's your problem.
That's because you just do too much, and sometimes we have to tolerate others. You see how that go?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what?
No.
This
Like
is
at
my
Christmas, we had to
on here.
tolerate.
Mom always taught us to put family first.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've always brought our kids up in the same thinking that it doesn't matter. You put family first, all that other stuff is belittled. You don't keep holding on to stuff or being angry about stuff and just let it go. What's the difference?
So
I'm
I
like-
would like to say there's one person who did not teach that to their children.
Well,
We're not trying
like I'm gonna tell you how close the family is, and this is how I know all of us, even the other ones who's out on this phone, bond. Because when we was at Shantae house, and I forgot who me and Tony was talking to. I want to say it was Joey or somebody else, and we got to talking, and I was like,
Don't
I said,
name
man,
names.
well, Joey cool. I said, I think I told him or somebody that, you know, we don't hit women in our family. I said we was brought up to not hit women in our family. I said so we don't let outsiders come in this family and think you're gonna raise your hand to a woman in this family. And as soon as I said it, Tony said, "You damn right."
That's a lie, Jr. I remember when you punched me in my stomach.
That's different. You deserve that shit. I'm gonna punch your ass again.
Peyton said that's not funny, Jr.
But I think that,
She
like, I
ready to
think,
fight for her mom.
As soon as I catch you, it's on like butter popcorn.
Well, she already got you.
but I think that it's, for me, I always look at, you know, when I look at other people's families and how they're not as close as we are, because we did grow up like siblings. You know what I mean? Like, it was, we were, even though we didn't physically live near y'all as close as to y'all as everybody else, we were there all the time. You know what I mean? It was
That's
always,
all was.
Yeah.
Your mother was burning that road up.
listen,
Right,
we
remember,
was always
Aunt
up there.
Deborah, what they say, Aunt Dude, JR breathing on me. You told all of us to stop
Quit
breathing.
breathing on each other.
Just stop
Right.
breathing.
It's always you, JR.
But it was, you know, we learned, I feel like we learned how to interpersonal relationships in dealing with, you know, conflict and different personalities, because all of us have very different personalities. To way out there, this one, to,
I'm a JR.
yeah,
Sure.
you know,
yourself.
to very calm and centered. You know, Michelle's very calm until you get her,
Now,
huh?
now,
Now, you know, so
But
we,
also, I think that it started from the top. So now we didn't know a whole bunch of people beyond grandma, but grandma set the tone for family functions, always close, and it all centered around food and happiness and music, and it trickled down. And
Right.
every generation after that, it has been that way. And I think that it started from the top and just trickled down. And nobody veered off of that pattern. I mean, we might get on each other's nerves here and there, but all in all, you know, the family, we know how to function. Okay, I know you got on my nerves last year, but this year,
It's a new
I'm not
year,
even
right?
tripping. Yeah, I'm not even caring about that. Let's just move on.
yeah.
You know, and that's how we carry it. Now there's some that you know, you hold a little bit more of a grudge, but that is still family. And even though they, you know, they might get on your nerves for some reason or another, if you saw somebody doing something to them out on the street, okay, that's my family. I ain't gonna
we
let
still
you
gonna
do
listen.
that.
We still gonna.
Yeah,
I might.
that's
I can
still
say
my
that about them, but
bloodline.
you can't.
Right. That's still bloodline. So,
Yep.
and I think that's my opinion. That's how I see it, because also grandma, but then I got to think about mom, who, at least I can speak for the four of her children, that it was always a connection with the basement. It was always a connection with food. It was it's some type of connection with family.
Right, and with ours, I would say with our family, with our four, it was, we were so connected. Although we were, and it's interesting for me now, like being so far away from everybody, and you guys all being relatively close to each other. I understand kind of where mom was in that time period, where she was far away. You know, not nearly as far as I am, but she was far away.
Like in
from,
Florida, though. Don't forget Florida.
Yeah, in Florida.
She packed her things up and rolled, didn't she?
But it was,
Yes, she did.
it's, you know, having that distance, you know, having the distance makes
I'm
those
still
times
questioning that move.
where I am home and I am around everybody, you know, it makes those that much sweeter. It makes those that much, like, I understand, I think on a very different level, how important family is and how important you guys are to my life, because I don't see you guys and interact with you guys in person every day.
Right.
You know,
And then also,
The part
I'm
that y'all
thinking.
didn't the part
Go
that
ahead,
y'all didn't understand about that move was, in order for me to grow, I had to pretty much, you know how you say you have to depend on God and not depend on everybody else?
Mhm.
I was living my life through everybody else. I
Right.
lived my life through Jean. I lived my life through Mom. And
Mhm.
then when both of them, you know, passed on me, I didn't have it. First off, I didn't think I could handle it.
Right.
You know, being
But you did.
right, but at
But
that
you did.
time, it was I wasn't talking to Maxine. Me and Maxine didn't. I'm sorry, we wasn't supposed to read no names,
We would
but
say no names.
me and no
Talk,
names.
talk to
Look,
your
I'm a
older
little late with the
sister.
beat, but
Your
boo!
older sister.
We didn't have a relationship at all. You know, it was null and void pretty much. And so I didn't have anybody to, you know, that I could fall back when my other sister died, I at least still had Mom in the picture. Then when Mom died, I didn't really, because I wasn't into the scene that my brother was in, and my other sister, we didn't have a relationship. There was no relationship. There was nobody I could fall back on, and I didn't think that I could be the person that I am today, you know, to be able to, you know, and don't get me wrong, I understand now why y'all talk about this matriarch thing, but I don't want that position. That's not a position I want.
And
But
that's
I,
not that nothing that you could deny. That's
Right.
This is what it is.
Right.
Accept it and move on, Deborah.
Exactly.
Let's move
The
on from that.
matriarch is chosen.
right, but I would have never been able to deal with that because I would have gone into a deep depression. And I felt
Right.
that, you know,
Mhm.
after which color died, I felt myself going downhill. And
Right.
I needed to be able to stand on my own.
You can
Now,
thank me for that.
nobody questioned. I don't think nobody I knew when you left and went there that was it. You didn't have to tell me that at all because I know you. So,
Mhm.
but and I was not even questioning why you went there because I get that. I'm talking about when you left Florida and came back. You wrote you was like, I can't be without my family.
You were
no
done.
more.
Like,
I'm
yeah,
over it.
there was a moment where you were done. And I think it's
Yeah.
interesting because, Mom, your journey and my journey kind of mirrors in a lot of ways, in the sense that I left because I was like, hold on, JR, calm down. Because I realized at one point, at some point, because you got to think, I wasn't really working anywhere. I wasn't driving. I didn't have anything going on. I was just kind of like listing through life because I had
You was a bum.
I was. Like, real talk. I don't have no problem admitting it.
I'm joking with
I
you.
didn't have no real ambition or anything. And because I had a safety net, you know what I mean? Like, there was always that safety net. So I left to figure it out on my own.
Well,
And
what you waiting
luckily,
on?
you know, I
Pack
had
your
my
podcast
partner.
up, come on over.
Huh?
Pack your podcast up and come back.
I have a partner that ain't going nowhere.
We can go finish some.
Now, also,
So if you
another
listen to
thing-
what is being said, everybody is leaving and then coming back.
Right,
But in the
pretty
midst
much.
of everybody leaving and coming
Right.
back, everybody is still on the communication side.
Right.
And still
Well, we
reaching
grow.
out and still having that conversation, which is a great thing because sometimes you go through trials and tribulations to make you better. You see how that works? Bam. That's a great way to end a podcast, don't you think?
Look at
Yeah,
you.
what you
Went over
trying
there
to say,
reading your
Jack? You trying to
dictionary.
get us off?
Why should end it? Why are we
Right.
ending
Why
it?
you
This
ended
shit-
it? This ain't. Look at here. Stay in your lane.
Let her.
You're not
let
the
her
damn
do the
host, okay?
last
Sit your ass
words.
down.
I mean,
Let her
Put
do the
her in her
last
place.
words.
Yeah.
Nah,
Are
I
you
don't
the
want no more
captain of the
last
ship?
words. That's it. That was it.
it would be
Okay,
that was
who
very
in charge of the
profound, and it
girls?
would be a time in the podcast, but we still have 10 more minutes. So, ha ha ha.
Okay, but so I got one more thing. The other thing that helps with the family, with our family, is that, like yourself, who's all the way where you're located, which is nowhere near the rest of us, when you come back, it is like you've never left. You
Right.
pick right back up where we all left off. It's not, oh, he's a stranger. I didn't see him in a minute. Where he been? It's none of that. It's when you're
Yes,
when
it
you're
is. It's
in
a
the
lot
midst,
of that. Like, dang, where he been at?
Only
It is.
only with her. Only with her.
Yeah.
Everybody
Only with
ain't
your
there.
sister.
Right. Only your sister. She wants to see more of you. So, but it's
Until I'm
you know,
around, then she want me to go away.
right. You
That's
must
how
get
she
on her
be.
nerves.
Facts. I couldn't press unmute fast enough.
She said facts.
No, I agree with Michelle. It did. It started with mom. Mom was family oriented. Everything she did was family. And if you didn't, she had something to say about it. And it just kind of passed down to each generation. And I don't see that going anywhere because if anything happened to anybody else, family is still going to come first. And
Right.
I've heard a lot of people say, y'all, our family is so close. It's like I'm envious of y'all because I don't have a family like that. Or
Yeah, we don't need no more envious people after that Christmas episode.
Listen, please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Leech.
Don't do it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
What Christmas episode?
Wasn't it Christmas, Mona? Remember?
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I'm just saying. People can be envious, but don't try to become one with the family. Then you get like this. We ain't cousins. You got it now. Okay.
But here's the thing.
I think too.
Here's the thing about this
have
family
lost-
that I. But here's the thing about this
lost
family
so
that I
much.
absolutely love.
Yeah, we have lost so many people that me personally, I don't like holding grudges because you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Right.
Especially now during the pandemic.
Right.
Exactly. As many when you call somebody and you
already caught COVID. You over it. Calm down.
So I think that's another thing. Like we don't hold grudges because first off, it make you look old. None of us look our age except them. Holding grudges makes you old.
It do.
It gives that other person power. And you ain't gonna take my power. I'm gonna have a good damn day.
Little boy, what did you just say about me, little boy?
Look at his short and stubby. Go brush your hair on your chest.
But but yeah. I also think, but to go back to that, you talked about having, people that come in and being envious of the family, and one of the things about us is that we are so accepting. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. As long as there's a fine line between getting on our nerves and being, there are people who aren't blood that we consider family because they either A, grew up with us, B, they're connected to one of us in some sort of way, B, have shown that they have qualities that we enjoy and enjoy being around. And it's always, we talk about when we were growing up, Jackie, there was the other cousins, and then you had the clique. And I think Mom, you and Michelle kind of after my aunt died, you guys became really close. And I think you guys sort of clung to each other in that grief.
But we were close anyway. You talking about the clique.
Well, no, I mean, I think that like you guys were close anyway.
She the oldest, that's all.
But I think that you guys have always been relatively close. But I think something after Aunt Jean died, you guys became really close, and it was like almost like you held on to each other and held each other up through that time period.
Well, I mean that was pretty much how, as far as me, how I got through it, because that was an extension of my sister.
Right.
And
so what am I?
A headache.
You that nigga on the street.
A headache.
No, what I'm saying is she was in the area. Mona was in DC. Jerry, you and Jerry were younger. And Michelle has always, she's either been at the house, live with me or whatever. So she was like, I could say an older daughter, but she was almost like she was an extension of my sister.
Right.
And even though, me and Mona have, when she moved in with us, we connected. But me and Michelle has connected since Michelle was a little girl.
Mhm.
It's always been that way, and I'm not taking nothing from away from anybody else. But at the time when my sister died, she was the closest thing to me at the time. We were at the hospital together. We were, it was. I can't explain it, but she was my rock at the time. Um, when I was going through that. And as much as I wanted everybody else to be there, y'all were, I think she was trying to get through school. You and Mona were in DC. And
Midget was here.
Say what?
Midget was down there with y'all.
She was there. He was down there with us.
And he was with us.
He didn't go up to DC until after. I think, but I also think that as children, like, because the age difference, you know what I mean? Like, everybody, I think, was affected by that, and obviously, you guys were, because that was your mother, but that was my favorite aunt. That was, Mom, that was your sister.
But she was the glue.
She was the glue, and so I think that
because everybody talked to her.
Right, and so I think that
they are talking to me.
Shut up. You talk to everybody else.
But I think that at the time, like, everybody had their own way of handling kind of that grief. And I look at, Jerry and JR, like, I feel like Jerry, like, you immediately jumped into, I got to take care of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anybody, and I think we've had this conversation, especially when we lived together in Virginia, that, like, you got to do what you got to do to survive. And it became about survival and so you went into the military. Because I don't think that you really wanted to do that at first.
I only went into the military because they offered me school money.
Right. But you did what you had to do.
She's the only one to listen to Ma, because Ma tried to get me to go do what Jerry did.
Yeah, she told all of us.
Yeah,
right.
She didn't tell me that.
She knew better.
She did.
Jerry honored her mother by doing that. But my mother probably would be like, no, you need to go to college, because she thought but she was the one that honored it.
Yeah, like when I got a senior, I applied to like Granby, I applied to Radford, University of Maryland. I applied to a whole bunch of colleges, and I got accepted to all of them. I ain't had the money for it.
Right, and I think that was.
Lo and behold, the Navy called like that next week, and I was like, I ain't ready to go to school yet. I want to see the world.
And I think, and it's interesting that what I found.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I knew if I would have went to school right then and there, I would have blew all that for nothing. I would have just been miserable. I knew I wasn't ready for school.
Right. But the thing I found interesting about that is that you ended up, you were like, I want to go to military and see the world, and ended up right back in fucking Virginia.
They would not let me leave. God,
you know what I mean? And then JR, you were
I tried to go to Florida. I tried to go to London. I definitely was trying.
I know. I was waiting for you to go to Japan so I could.
Man, I put them orders in every time, and they was like, "Nope, you got to go back to a ship." And then I was like, "But this ship's over there."
Them little ass eyes, they didn't want to see you in Japan because you might have end up staying in it.
Shut up, JR. From there. And then when I finally was able to actually go, first thing these niggas said, "Oh, you got too many dependents." I was like, "What the fuck?"
They said you got too many dependents.
Yeah.
She got all them damn kids.
Me and Kai.
She was a baby factory.
She wasn't married, so I was like,
"This is why I couldn't be in the military, because now you're in my bedroom." I didn't know what's going on in my bedroom.
Yeah, they all in your business in the military.
They do, yeah. Oh yeah, you can't get married without a chit. You can't get a tattoo without a chit. You can't leave a certain radius without a chit. Yeah, they.
Yeah, that's too much. You in my business too much.
Yeah. I was so off. I was supposed to be in Chicago. I done flew home for a weekend, and I'm like this. If something go down, just call me, and I'm gonna fly back real quick. like it was that easy.
Quick.
And look, JR couldn't even walk when you was at when we went to your graduate. Well, it's not called graduation.
No,
What's
when,
it called?
yeah, when y'all went to pick me up from the barracks.
No, yeah, and that I don't know if he was a drill sergeant.
He was
or
he was just a petty officer. He was in charge. He was an officer in charge.
He went over there, JR, what did he say to you?
He's like, what the hell are you doing over here? And I looked around.
Oh my God! Then I was like, he looked at us, and then I was like, who is he talking to? I was like, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Because remember, I looked behind me. I thought somebody was behind me. He was like, no, I'm talking to you. Don't look around like you stupid. And I was just like, what is he talking to? He came and got red in my face.
Yeah, Moni and Michelle had to run interference like this. No,
Yeah.
no.
I was like, he is not in the military. Okay, he just calm down.
And look, his whole attitude changed. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you enjoying yourself? You got bipolar?
Most service members kind of got that.
That was.
I mean, as the drill sergeant down there.
I was standing in front of the female barracks. They wasn't
When
allowed
I
to
went
get
to I went to boot camp in Great Lakes, and all I did was just go across the street. So we were still in Great Lakes.
Yeah.
So that might have been. He might.
And we went to the mall in Wisconsin because we was on the Wisconsin Great Lakes Michigan line. It was so freaking cold.
Listen, remember, Mona, we were standing on the train platform and we could hear the wind coming down the street.
Oh, speaking of, I want y'all to know that we're supposed to get a foot of snow tonight, y'all.
What is that noise? You hear?
What? Say that again, Jason.
We're supposed to get a foot of snow tonight.
Yeah, y'all had fun.
Y'all have a good time with that.
I mean, y'all used to that though.
No, we not. I do not live in Minnesota.
Why you not used to that?
Let me tell you something. Minnesota was freezing. Do you hear me?
I can't do it.
It was like in the morning, it was like 9 degrees.
Like when you were in South Dakota.
Oh my God.
I don't remember South Dakota. I was too young for that.
That was the worst weather. When I'm going in the store and the wind picks slang up as I'm going around the corner.
What?
Say that again.
I'm going around the corner trying to go in the commissary. And as I'm going around the corner to go in the door, a gust of wind picked slang up. And I again, she went across that field. I was like, girl, come on back here. Where you think you
All right, y'all. Well, on that note,
well, we didn't have Cece tonight.
we didn't. She said she wasn't
said-
going to be able to make it tonight.
You didn't see the group chat. JR said F you, and she gave him like 20 middle fingers.
Oh, that was the last topic you had, Jason?
Say what? That was the last topic I had for tonight. Yes.
Yeah, we have a certain time frame there. I know you like to be chatty.
Don't hate on me because I got the gift of gab.
What? If you say so.
Everybody want to talk to me?
No, we don't.
I mean,
Well,
any final
Jackie
thoughts,
wants to
guys?
give the last. Go ahead, Jackie.
I know what I need help with. Which, if I need help with it, it's some old of us that need some help with it too.
One of y'all got the mute though.
I mean, everybody got dry skin, but my skin is super dry. I need some
Oh
help.
my
Can somebody
God!
give me some tips?
Yes, I had to buy
What you gotta do,
Cleaner
Jackie?
body oil, and we bought the Palmer's old cocoa butter. So I'm walking around here smelling like we in 5th grade again.
Hey, Jackie, you got to take it to the face.
Cocoa butter will clog your pores, but coconut oil.
Coconut
is
oil,
good.
yeah.
Right, but you remember, Mona, the coconut oil, I itch really bad. Like I be ready to cut a layer of
But
skin off.
you got extra sensitive skin.
But
Nobody
damn it,
gets
what am I supposed to do?
No, nobody has skin.
Have
like that.
you
got
tried
skin.
rather than coconut oil? Have you tried
Hey, Jackie.
not
Yeah,
tea
take
tree
it to
because
the
that's
face.
really strong.
Or try olive oil.
Olive
Just
oil.
I gotta take it to the face.
Yeah.
You want me to try olive oil?
JR.
Punch you,
Oh,
JR. You know what?
It'll help with your skin.
I'm
They over
leaving.
here
Good. You know
dying
what,
laughing at
guys?
you. I
On
got
that
a
note,
kid right here. Look at that. It's a kid right here, JR.
on that note,
If you ain't take it to the face, that's why she here.
JR!
Oh my God.
well, guys, this
No,
was fun.
All right. Well, what else? What's the last words, Jason?
Well, apparently take it to the
hope
face is the last
No,
word.
no,
but
no.
I-
Take it to the face is not
Yes,
the last.
No,
Please.
we cannot leave on that.
That's today's slogan.
Can you mute
Um,
him? You can mute him, right?
I don't have. Actually, I was thinking since last time we had Mom do the last word, I was gonna give Michelle the last word this time.
Good night and God bless. That's all I got.
This is
You
I
Russell
like it.
Simmons?
This comedy jam.
You Russell
Sorry,
Simmons?
Russ.
He
Sorry,
said,
Russ.
thanks for
Thanks
coming.
for coming out.
Good
God
night.
bless
Thanks for
you.
coming out. Good night. God bless. All right, guys, that was another episode
That
of
works.
The Cousins. We're gonna be doing this every week. So every Tuesday, starting at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central Time. For the other times, just figure it out. That's not my business. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel. We are still doing our Patreon subscriptions. Also doing.
Sponsor. The sponsor.
Sponsor.
Just say it out loud. Why y'all whispering?
We
You
are,
got a
as
sponsor.
always, sponsored by Black Unicorn Magics. That is a
There you
cosplay shop run by a Black woman for Black people. We're actually going to be doing a interview with her very shortly on our Black Business Spotlight. So, guys, look for that. It's coming up soon as well. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. We love y'all. And good night, everybody.
Good night.